Alright, welcome everyone to the first episode of Canned Ham. Today we are hopefully going to be putting together the LQ9 that goes in the 77 Pontiac CanAm. This motor was previously in there as a stock motor, stock 480E. We have headers, stall converter, cam, ported heads, and miscellaneous other goodies to install in this vehicle. This is my first YouTube video, and I'm filming it on my cell phone, so it may suck. There's a better look at the car. It's basically just a stock Pontiac Can-Am that I've gone through all the suspension and done various mods. I've done late model Mustang seats in it, the gauges work, etc., etc. So we will have to deal with the noisy heater that you hear in the background because it's winter in Wisconsin and it's fucking cold. So let me get things set up and we'll pick things back up when I start the motor. Alright, this is the cam that we will be installing in the motor. You can see the cam specs there. This was spec'd by Late Model Throttle in Waukesha. And as you can see, we've already got it slid into the motor. Next up will be the cam retainer plate and the timing gears. Alright, we have the cam retaining plate installed and the timing gears installed with a new LS2 timing chain. If you can see, there's a mark there and a mark on the crank. Everything is lined up. Alright, our next step is we're going to check piston to valve clearance. The heads that I have been cut slightly, I think 30 thousandths. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to clean up the deck. We're going to use my handy dandy eBay tap to clean out the head bolt threads, and then we will reassemble with a used head gasket and a new head, along with some lifters that I will make solid, and then we'll throw some modeling clay in there and run the thing over a couple times and measure the clay and see where we're at. I will update you if we have a little bit further progress. Alright, so we have the block cleaned up and we have piston number 1 cleaned up so we can put modeling clay on there. Basically what I did was go over it with a really sharp gasket scraper to get off all the black stuff, and I kind of just polished it up with a wire brush. I will hit this with brake clean before final assembly, but for now we're just trying to get a used head gasket on there to measure piston and valve. Be back in a minute. Alright, so we have solid lifters installed, and I have some of the kids' modeling clay stuck about where I think the valves are going to go. And we're going to put the used head gasket and the new head together, put a push rod in there, and crank it over a few times and measure how much clearance there is with the clay. Alright, had to add a little bit more clay, but as you can tell, it looks like we have some results finally. So what I think I'm going to do is slice this open with a razor, find my handy dandy Harbor Freight calipers, and measure up that thick. Okay, we measured the clay with the calipers after I eventually found them because, well, my garage. And this is where we're at. And according to my research, we are well within the recommended safe zone for piston and valve clearance. So what I'm going to do is continue with the assembly of the motor. Probably start with the oil pump and move on to oil pan, front cover, etc. Nothing real special here, but I will continue the video and go from there. Alright, there we have it. Front cover is installed, oil pan is installed, and that's where I ran out of ambition and decided to go get lunch. So, hope you enjoyed it, etc. There'll probably be another video eventually when I put the heads on. and eventually put the motor back in the car. Thanks for watching.